Hello there. It is Monday morning, July 9. The nines are usually about ending, so today we're culminating some stuff that has been going on for the last week or so. And today I wanted to help you connect in with the masculine and feminine side within you. Hello, Jennifer. How good to see you. I am going to take you through the mudra for union. And hi, Ben, good to see you. So this one kind of looks a little bit complicated, but what it is good for is assisting you with intimacy, because it can help with your union with other people as well as your union with yourself. It's good with connection and balance, and it can also help with the kidneys and the bladder and the reproductive system, as well as creating like a sense of safety within you. And many people on the planet don't necessarily feel safe in their own body and safe where they go, so that's pretty cool. So I tried this the other day, and it's a very interesting sensation once you get it into place, so I want you to pay attention to how it feels. And so let's go through this. So what we want to do is you're going to take your hands so that the left one is actually closer to you and the right one is further away, and then you're going to take the backs of your palms together. When the backs of your palms are together, your left hand is forward. You're going to take your left pinky finger and hook your left pinky finger around the right one. And then from this position, all you're doing is touching your fingers together, so it kind of looks like a bird from here. I'm going to show you the other side so you can see what the actual picture looks like. And then you're going to take the fingers, your ring fingers, and pop them up, so it actually looks like that. So we took our left hand in front, right hand back to back with the backs of your palms. You hooked your left finger with your pinky on your right, plopped your hands kind of together so that they're sort of touching, and then you took your ring finger up on both sides. And then you're just going to take this and allow it to come in closer to your body. That feels better already. And the affirmation is, I allow a greater bond and connection with all to emerge. So the interesting thing about the energies that are going on this month is that there's a bunch of planets in retrograde. And when retrograde planets happen, it means that it looks like they're going in reverse compared to how we see them from Earth's perspective. And when this happens, whatever is going on with that planet, so Mars is like a fiery, angry planet, and Venus is the planet of love. So when planets are going in retrograde, we're actually going within to stir the pot of things that are connected to what that planet's meaning is, and we're digging stuff out within ourselves and bringing it to the forefront so we can actually see it and heal it and acknowledge it, rather than carrying all that crap around with us again. So the interesting thing about excuse me, something's going on with throats today. Is everybody speaking their truth? The interesting thing about Mars being retrograde is that it's kind of like a fiery, angry planet, and that means that, especially because we're in Cancer season, and what I mean by that is Cancers are usually the people who, like, they wear their hearts on their sleeves and they give and give and give, but they don't necessarily receive, and they're the people who are like, no, I don't need anything, I don't know what I want, no, no, no. Not all of you, but there are many Cancers who are like that. And in that sense of giving away and it's okay and no thank you and I have enough, they're actually training the universe not to bring them more things. And so then all of a sudden they wonder why they don't have any money and why people aren't helping them and all of those things. So it's interesting in Cancer season for us to be able to create a union or a relationship within us where it's okay to give and it's okay to receive, and we're balancing our masculine and our feminine. So this position, I'm going to show it to you one more time as I'm talking here. So the left hand goes over the right. You're going to hook your pinkies together. Your fingers are going to touch, and then you're going to pop the ring fingers up. And this just comes down in front of your heart center. And even as I put it down in front of my heart center, I feel like my shoulders are a little bit more open, and I feel like my right and left are a little bit more balanced. So I'm right hand dominant, which means I usually lead with this side. Just interesting because when I take photographs and stuff, I know that I take them all the time with my left hand. So it's interesting how we swap sides of the brain that way. But balancing out the body. And so with Mars being retrograde in Cancer season, Mars is actually stirring anger, but it's actually stirring the anger that we've been storing within us. And most people are like, I'm not angry, but then you're yelling in traffic, or you're upset when, the kids or the spouse leaves things around, or doesn't do things, or doesn't call, or so you have anger within you, but you don't see it as anger. It's more like impatience and irritation and frustration. But with Mars in retrograde, it's actually digging some of those emotions out so that you stop storing them, and then it's bringing them to the forefront. And when that happens in Cancer season, it actually means that we need some time to acclimate the stuff that's coming out to the surface to release it. So we need to retreat into our own shells in order to get that downtime for the release. So pay attention to how you're feeling when you're getting triggered by the people around you, if you're feeling angry, and whether you need to retreat a little bit more this month to balance out all of the cool stuff that we end up doing in the summer season, because we're out and about and we're doing more things and we're experiencing more things and we're getting, together with more people, and that can stir the pot a little bit. So there are more planets in retrograde, but the planets that are in retrograde are literally digging stuff from within you so that you can see it and release it. So it's actually a gift, even though people are like, oh, it's in retrograde. So the interesting thing about that is that we are now in the lead up to Mercury going into retrograde. And when Mercury is in retrograde, travel plans get messed up, and technical things like your laptops and your computers and your phones don't work the same way, and mechanical things end up, malfunctioning, or weird things happen there. And part of that is because it messes with your communication. And so that means that texts don't get sent, and emails are sent, or things are misunderstood. And so it's about revamping your communication. It's about reconnecting into the technology that you're using and seeing what's working and what's not working, and where are you spending your time and your effort, and is that actually serving you? And when it comes to your travel plans, you need to have more patience and things like that, because when it comes to Mercury being in retrograde, it can really mess with, planes and all of these things that are going on. Hi, Jenny, it's good to see you. So the cool thing about Mercury going into retrograde is that for the 2-week lead up before it goes into retrograde, what is going on for this next 2 weeks is what you're healing in the 3 weeks while Mercury is retrograde. So that means you need to pay really close attention to know what you're healing if you're interested. So the people that you come into contact with, the things that are repeating over the next 2 weeks, the dreams that you're having, the messages that you're seeing on your phone and through email, and the advertisement you're seeing and things like that, pay attention to those, and even write them out on a piece of paper, because that's going to tell you what it is that you're healing, or what it is that's going to be coming up for you for the 3 weeks while you're in the retrograde. And honestly, it's a little bit easier if you're paying attention to those things and knowing in advance what you're working on, because sometimes Mercury can be a little bit of a bugger and just sort of slap you upside the head if you're not paying attention. And so you want to actually have an idea of what it is that you're healing. And if you're having dreams of certain people from your past, or things are coming up, then know that you don't have to actually interact with that person to heal it. It's the idea or the concept or the emotions that are around those past experiences that are being healed. So you don't need to have a conversation with someone. You could literally have a conversation in your head and actually heal those things that are going on. But yes, you're probably going to be triggered with anger, and yes, you're probably going to have to retreat into your shell, because everything sort of overlaps. So if Mercury is retrograde and Mars is retrograde and we're in Cancer season, then all of those things are like different stacks and layers. And there are other planets that are retrograde right now as well. Jupiter is a planet that's healing our abundance and our worthiness. And Saturn, I think, is in retrograde as well. There's quite a few planets in retrograde. So know that the pot is getting stirred so that you can dig out what is within you. And the idea of that is that how we act in the outside world is often very different than how we feel in the inside world. And what these retrogrades are doing is allowing us to bring to the surface what it is that we want to release, but also how we want to act in the outside world. And then after all of these things are stirred up, so it'll be probably the middle of August, when we actually are in a position where we're ready to realign and to bring the stuff that's been hiding within us to the outside, so that we're more in alignment with acting out the ways that we've been feeling inside in the outside world. So sometimes people are in the closet about being spiritual, or they're in the closet about liking certain things or whatever. So if you've been hiding something within you that you haven't felt comfortable to bring out, as though, I do this, I am this person, I love these things, then it's time for you to actually stir the pot and allow those things that are within you that you've been hiding to actually show on the surface, so that you're feeling more in alignment, more in union with the things that are going on within you and the things that you're acting out in the outside world. So, enough about that for now. I am doing a series of workshops that are going to be held at Spirited Gifts in Langford, BC. And I'm also doing a series of Thursday afternoon card readings. They are paid readings and paid workshops, so you need to sign up for the workshops in advance, but the readings you can just show up. So if any of you are in the Victoria or Langford area, then let me know. You can message or drop a comment below, and I will share the links with you. It's spiritedgifts.ca. And then in there, she has a page of events, and you can see all the different events. I'm doing a series of 8 different workshops. And of those workshops, they're all about the stuff that I talk about. And so they're all about connecting in with your body. They're all about the universal laws and leveraging the universal laws. They're about the chakras and how to know whether your chakras are in alignment and why that matters. They're about seeing the mirrors are going on around you so that you understand more of what is going on within you that you're not paying attention to, and directing your manifestations, and moving energy and healing your past, and then working on the Akashic records, and digging into older things and bringing things to the surface. So all of these cool things, they're all 2-hour workshops. They're on Saturdays and Sundays over the next, starting this Saturday, over the next 6 weeks or so. So if any of those are interesting to you, then again, drop me a comment, share the concept with your friends, send people to me who are local to the Victoria or the Langford area, who you think might be actually happy to come to an event. The Spirited Gift Store is amazing. If you've never been into a metaphysical store, there are rocks and gemstones, and there are salt lamps and singing bowls and a bunch of different tarot cards and some jewelry and local art. It's a really cool little store that has all sorts of goodies in it. So it's a great place to go in and sort of spend an hour and just sort of wander and check out the decks and feel the stones in your hands. And it's a great gift store for you to be able to buy gifts for people who you know are into all of this spiritual and metaphysical stuff. So let me know if you're interested. Let me know if you want me to contact somebody else. And I hope to see some of you there, because it'd be really fun to see some of you live. So enjoy your Union Mudra. Let's do that one more time. The left hand goes in front of, closer to your body, the right. Palms back to back. You're going to hook the pinky fingers and place all the hands together, and then you're going to pop up the ring fingers. So it's much easier than what the picture actually looks like, because obviously it looks like the pinky fingers are all wrapped in together. And what you are saying in this position, as your hands are resting down towards your heart center, is, I allow a greater bond and connection with all to emerge. So namaste, have a beautiful day wherever you are. Let me know if you're popping on live or if you have any comments or questions.